I know, I'm seeing myself on the big screen. I'm like, wow. Okay. Good morning, fellow students, family, friends, faculty, and of course, an extra special good morning to the St. Louis University graduating class of 2026. I know many of you may be doing a double take seeing me up here because I somehow pulled off the feat of keeping this a complete secret from my family and most of my friends. I think cap might have to come off. Okay, cap was not made for my head shape, by the way, so we're just gonna keep going. So I kept it a secret, and there were two reasons for that. The first, and I say this with love, is my dad. Dad, I know you're out there somewhere, and I also know that if I told you I was speaking today, you would have shown up, found a cozy little stadium seat, and been fully asleep before I got to the microphone. This was the only way to keep you awake, so surprise! The second reason is a little bit more strategic. I needed to get close enough to James Gunn, okay, to pitch him something. So, Mr. Gunn, the universe has been speaking to me, and I have this concept for a movie. It's called Guardians of the Billiken. So, yeah. I have a script written up, a few different title ideas, a few casting suggestions, and what I think is a really reasonable budget ask. Okay? I'll have my people talk to your people later. But until then, I guess I'll get back to commencement speaking. It is my honor and Billiken privilege to be up here celebrating us. SLU class of 2026, we did it. I do also want to take a moment to thank all the amazing people in this room and beyond who got us to this point, because we wouldn't be here without the sacrifices, love, and support of the people in our circle. Thank you for continuing to challenge us, nurture us, and believe in us. Now, if you were to ask little Riya, she would have never expected to be up here speaking to you all at our SLU commencement. Not only did she dream of being a Kraft mac and cheese chef, but she was also slightly scared of the Billiken because it reminded her of a gargoyle-y Cabbage Patch Kid. However, standing here now, I can say without a doubt that there is nowhere and with no other group of people I would rather be graduating with than the SLU class of 2026. From my fellow undergraduates to graduate students to the doctors and lawyers among us, we are one pretty phenomenal group of human beings. We are in a room of A10 champions, chess President's Cup winners, advocates for social justice, researchers paving the way in medicine, technology, and sustainability, to name a few. Servant leaders who have poured their hearts into St. Louis. SLU has become the place I'd never known I needed, and that's because of all of you. When I think about these past 4 years and what has made me so proud to be a Billiken, I find that it all stems from how our mission runs through the veins of everything we are and everything we create. I wanted to take some time today to share the biggest things our SLU mission has helped me realize, in hopes that they relate to each of you in some way or another. As you heard from Provost Lewis in my little intro, I served as a SLU orientation leader, which means I've gotten lots of future Billiken questions thrown at me. One fan favorite is, what makes SLU special? My immediate response is obviously, B-School Chipotle Ranch. But if SLU's perfectly seasoned, creamy, dreamy sauce isn't enough to drive home what makes us special, I always say, our community. It isn't every college campus where you have to build in 10 extra minutes to your walk to class because of how many times you will stop to chat with someone. My time at SLU isn't just defined by my grades or my resume or achievements, but by the people in this room. It is the people who I got color blasted with during paint SLU, or wiped my tears after a tough exam, or squished next to me at Humphreys as we cheered on the men's basketball team. This community, this family, is what makes me proud to be a Billiken. Second, I've learned about learning. And I know some of you are looking at me like, girl, duh, it's college. But I'm not talking about Punnett squares or using commas correctly, or even those life skills we had to learn, like if you put a hard-boiled egg in the microwave for too long, it will explode. 32 seconds is the magic number if anyone asks. I'm talking about what learning is really about. It's about being comfortable in discomfort, facing our fears head on, being okay not knowing something and admitting it. Without this lesson, I wouldn't have been a woman pursuing a career in medicine, even though I didn't get straight A's. I wouldn't be a self-defense instructor, flipping people double my height. I wouldn't be an advocate for the voices of immigrant communities or a South Asian unafraid of speaking about mental health. Falling down and obstacles are part of life, but true learning allows us to use these hurdles as catalysts for growth, a lesson that has gotten me through college and will get us through life. Lastly, at SLU, I've learned to wholeheartedly pursue truth, which really means pursuing your truth, a destiny meant just for you. Coming here, I thought I knew what the world expected of me, and that determined my next steps. But SLU has surrounded me with passionate people who are ignited because they firmly believe in the work they are doing and find joy in it. At SLU, we aren't asked to blindly go down a path, but to stop and discern, to reflect on our purpose, our why. And at the same time, SLU, and so many of you, have taught me that community grounds our purpose. And in a world that is constantly trying to find ways to divide and disconnect, we know that we are nothing without one another. We have been and will continue to be those who live for and with others. It's ingrained into our Billiken hearts. And as we leap into this new journey, I want you to firmly believe in the gifts you are going to give this world. Some of you may know exactly what these gifts look like already, or at least think you do, and others of you may feel completely in the dark. I'm here to remind you that you don't need to have it all figured out today, or tomorrow, or a year from now. But I do ask that if you have a spark, you know, that slight inkling towards an idea or goal, go for it. Be the architect of the future you want for yourself. Start writing the next chapter of the autobiography you want to read, and never doubt the fact that you are meant to do extraordinary things. One more time, congrats, SLU class of 2026. Roll Bills!